Why do you need money again for moving? It's everything but the case. You need money to move, you need money for security, you need money for groceries, you need money for your light bill, you need money for your car note, you need money for your vacations, you need money for everything, trauma, therapy. Y'all need money for everything but the case.
Details in the high school track meet stabbing that left one teenager dead and another charged with murder. On Tuesday, the Collin County District Attorney's Office announced a grand jury indicted Karmelo Anthony, allowing the case to move toward trial. NBC5's Maria Guerrero reports.
We have the indictment, and we've learned the case has now been assigned to Judge John Roach in the 296th. A grand jury finding enough evidence to move toward trial, finding Karmelo Anthony did intentionally and knowingly cause the death of Austin Metcalf by stabbing Metcalf with a knife, a deadly weapon. The tragic confrontation happening during a district track meet on April 2nd. Witnesses told police Memorial High School student Austin Metcalf told Karmelo Anthony, who wasn't a Memorial student, to move from underneath their team tent. Anthony reportedly confessing Metcalf did not heed his warning not to touch him. Anthony allegedly pulling out a black knife from his bag, stabbing Metcalf in the chest and running away before being caught. Metcalf bled out in his twin brother's arms, according to their father.
When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core.
In a rare move, District Attorney Greg Willis releasing a recorded message Tuesday vowing fair and equal justice in a case that has divided some along racial lines. Through an open records request, NBC5 has now viewed surveillance video inside the stadium that will certainly be shown in court. The district implementing strict rules. We weren't able to obtain a copy or record the video for ourselves. We had to watch in real time, unable to stop or rewind. The camera is located far away across the field from Memorial's yellow pop-up tent. Most, but not all of the tent is visible. There's no sound. No one is identifiable, but several people dressed in all black are seen huddled underneath the tent. All appears normal until 9:54 a.m. There's a sudden burst of movement under the tent. People begin running out, while others, including trainers across the field, start running toward the tent around the victim. 10:04, an ambulance arrives. Paramedics have to walk the stretcher around a fence and double back to get to the injured teen, unconscious and not breathing. Police tape off the crime scene. Rain begins to intensify. 10:08, two officers standing in the bleachers above the tent place a large blue tarp on what an affidavit later states is a partially opened black knife with blood. 10:20, the ambulance drives away with Metcalf. The 17-year-old is declared dead at the hospital. In a video message following Tuesday's indictment,
of course, Karmelo looks forward to his day in court.
Anthony's defense attorney cautions the full story has not yet been heard, including by the grand jury, adding the burden will be on the state to prove Anthony did not act in self-defense.
Charged with first-degree murder, tried as an adult, and now his family wants another $1 million after already raising over $500,000 for this case. Yet they have offered no public defense. What did he say that makes you think it was self-defense or that he's innocent? No, they don't want to talk about that. They just want to send you links and go off the vibes and you to hit that donation button.
Donation. It's a donation. I thought it was the trash. Don't be hitting on me. Put some money in, stupid ass.
We're going all in. What's up, everybody? I'm Keisha King Benton. Welcome to the Keisha King Show. So the grand jury looked over the prosecution's evidence and they decided this was not manslaughter. This was not self-defense, that this was first-degree murder. And that is exactly what they sent back in their true bill. So the indictment cites that stadium video shows strong evidence for a grand jury to go for the harshest charge. And so, what that tells me is that prosecutors really feel like they have clarity, like they have the context, like they have the evidence to point to a premeditated act. An indictment for first-degree murder for Carmelo Anthony. He will not get the death penalty, but he will be charged as an adult. I wonder because this feels way like it sounds like he was just waiting and ready for an opportunity to pop off. Like, I wonder what they're gonna find on his phone. Like, I wonder if they're gonna be like, I would love to know what kind of conversations or Google searches and stuff that he was doing before. So you've seen all that. That is an attorney who specializes in self-defense cases. He says that there is, according to the witnesses and the police report and the evidence, which the grand jury would have seen much more evidence. Now it's only evidence presented by the prosecution, but they did find enough evidence not to say that this was self-defense, but to charge him with first-degree murder. Now let's move on to the family. Now I've covered these people before. They bounce around here talking about how, the God is at the head of their life and they doing all that. But it looks like something funny is going on with the money. Sarah Fields on X she's a reporter and or a journalist, and she's been talking about this case, and she reported this. She says, breaking: Carmelo Anthony submitted an indigent packet to the Collin County Court requesting court appointed legal representation as an indigent, financially destitute defendant. However, just 24 hours ago, the Anthony family updated their Gives and Go campaign to reflect a need to raise additional 1.4 million for a legal team. I think it's hold on, let me get this right. Clarification: the Anthony family updated their Gives and Go campaign to reflect a need to raise an additional amount of funds, bringing the total to 1.4 million for a legal team. Carmelo Anthony's mother, Kayla Hayes, who manages the Gives and Go, stated on April 17th, 2 months ago, that they had just gained access to the funds at that time and that they had already raised $350,000. The fundraiser has now reached $538,000. According to a source, their current known attorney, Mike Howard, is more than likely charging a retainer fee of $10,000 to $30,000 and charges $400 to $500 per hour. Where did the money go? Why do they need 1.4 million? Will they be granted indigence and an appointed attorney with a Gives and Go of this magnitude? Is this considered fraud? And then she uh posts the packet here. It says letter of representation, TFDA indigent packet, attorney appointment eligible. And so you can see here, this is the new Gives and Go. Now their goal is 1.396725 million, but they've already raised half a million. So I don't understand. Like, is this an additional like 7 million or 8 million, whatever that is? Or is this, I mean, 800,000? Or do they want to now raise a fresh new 1.3 million? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So the Carmelo fans are saying that is falsely claiming Carmelo has no legal team. That's a lie. Filing an indigent packet doesn't mean he's unrepresented. It protects eligibility. His fundraiser never ended. It rolled into a higher goal to meet rising legal costs. That's normal. So yes, we know he has, an attorney, but it is weird. You have to admit that it is odd for somebody to file an indigent packet when you have over $500,000. Plus, you already, you know, the mom said that they have a nice lifestyle. Her husband is a provider. She doesn't have to work. Like, why didn't you keep your job? You know what? Whatever. Anyway, they are raising more money. They haven't offered, a defense to even the public that they're asking this money for. They haven't even bothered to tell you, what their version of the case is. Like, tell us something. What is he saying that, did he punch him? Like, the reason why they're not offering anything is because they don't have anything to offer. I really believe we actually know pretty much what happened. The only other thing that I mean, I just want to hear it come from some of the witnesses out of their mouths and see, like, some phone records. I'm curious to see it, like, what he was looking up and stuff. But I think Carmelo Anthony is going to jail for a long time. Him and Diddy. Okay, like, this must be the season. Wait a minute. So, okay, so I know this guy. This dude, Arthur Watkins Jr. Watch this, y'all. So, we used to go at it all the time, just arguing back and forth. Like, he's definitely a, black people can do no wrong kind of guy. So, what is up with these whack, low budget, barely qualified ministers? And this is sent from look at this. This is his legal. This is his legal head.
Act in the law.
Public statement: American Freedom Legal Fund. False claims by Sarah censored about Carmelo Anthony's legal representation and fundraising. June 26, 2025. Oh. So the American Freedom Legal Fund firmly rejects the misleading and inflammatory statements being pushed by Sarah Censored regarding Carmelo Anthony's legal situation and public support campaign. First, Carmelo Anthony has legal representation. Filing an indigent packet with the court is a standard legal safeguard that preserves eligibility for assistance. But the point is, Arthur, why would you need this if you already have $500,000? That's a reasonable question. Like, acting like, "Oh, this is misrepresentation, it's a lie," and it makes no sense why people would be asking these questions for the people that donated to y'all. It does not cancel or contradict private legal retention, especially in complex or high cost cases. Suggesting otherwise is either legally uninformed or intentionally deceptive. No, it's just an honest question. I think anybody would ask that question. Why would you need to file this indigent, meaning you have no money? You are indigent. You barely can make ends meet. That's what that claim is. How do you say that when you just had $500,000 2 months ago for this case? For the case, the money would if you how could you spend $500,000? This is crazy. Second, the Give, Send, Go campaign has not ended or restarted. It has simply rolled over into a higher goal to reflect ongoing legal costs. The Anthony family has been transparent about the use of the funds and future needs. This is not fraud. It's how legal fundraising works. For most working class families facing extended prosecution, Saracen is attempting to weaponize financial filings and attack a family in crisis is not journalism. It's harassment dressed in outrage. Bull crap. Arthur, look at this bootleg chief administrator, grantor and primary trustee, Freedom Reparations Fund Trust. Get the freak out of my face. These are obligatees. These people, all they know how to do is protest and hold you up for money like reparations, hold you up for your pity. They want you to grovel. They want you to think that they're victims. They want you to believe that they are victims and that, they do nothing wrong and everybody black is good and all. Y'all know. Here's the thing. I wonder I mean, how are they going to prove self-defense? I am so curious on the magic and the creativity that they're going to need to make someone have to create doubt in this first degree murder charge. I'm gonna be watching because I like, if all the witnesses are saying one thing, like, what are you going to say? Like, I'm so curious. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think it's reasonable to ask the Anthony family why they need more money when the case hasn't even started? Like, what do you need more money for? Like, what are you? Oh, let me show you guys this. So this is what they're saying they need the extra money for. So the dad made a statement Carmelo Anthony's dad, Drew Anthony, released the following statement asking for more contribution after his son was indicted for murder charges after allegedly killing Austin Metcalf at a track meet. A message from the Anthony family with gratitude and strength and faith. The Anthony family would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported us through this unimaginable tragedy. Thank you all for your prayers, letters, donations, and unwavering encouragement. Today, we received the official news that the Collin County District Attorney has indicted our son, your nephew, your friend, your neighbor. This is a moment we hoped we would never face, yet one we've been preparing for throughout these long and painful months. Through it all, you, our community, have been our strength. Your support has reminded us that we are not alone. Your love has helped us stand in the face of heartbreak threats. Now the legal process moves forward and trial will enter even more an intense phase. Y'all haven't been doing anything. Y'all been chilling. He been home on house arrest. They've been conducting the case. What did you have to give over? So he can't go nowhere. Like what is more intense? Like what's the intensity that you've been going through as far as the case is concerned? They haven't done anything. He just got indicted. So this money, literally, it should be there. One that will demand everything from us emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Some may wonder what this fund is truly for. We want to clarify with transparency and honesty. These funds are being used to cover essential and urgent needs that have arisen as a result of this tragic situation, including but not limited to safe relocation for our family and repeated threats and the public leaking of our address. I thought y'all moved. Wait, is this the original? Y'all, this was said on June. This is the dad's Facebook page on June 24th. That is what I was reading. Safe relocation for our family after repeated threats and the public leaking of our address. Y'all already told them that. These people are playing. Y'all already said that y'all moved because of. So who's been leaking? This is transportation to and from court. You want a car, trauma-informed counseling for our entire family, enhanced security measures, and critically retaining qualified legal counsel, and a thorough, fair, investigative team. While legal expenses are a significant part of this fund, they are only one part. Our family, a loving, God-fearing family, is simply seeking safety, justice, and peace in these trying times. Despite the lies that have endangered us and others, we continue to choose these people are playing, y'all. This man quit his job so he could mooch off of the people's sympathy because he know it's a certain group that's just going to donate no matter what. You're being played. You're being played. Now you got to move again. You want the people to pay for your trauma. What about the Metcalf's trauma? This is disgusting. You quit your job. There's no other income, so you're living off of this money. You're not setting it aside for your son. Y'all done lived off of this money. Now y'all need more because there is no way. This case ain't even all that deep. It's two people. It's one, a few seconds. Yeah, okay. So what if it was $30,000? The retainer was, let's say the retainer was $50,000. You still have 400 and over. You still have $500,000 left. Y'all, this stinks to high heaven. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Something ain't right because this don't make no sense. Oh, we got the financial, the lawyer. That's one part. But this other stuff, this laundry list, like I want some new drip. I'm gonna need some new fly stuff. So I'm gonna need y'all to come up out y'all pockets because I quit my job because it was just too much for me to handle. Anyway, let me know what you think about what I think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.